Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. Welcome to a new video. Today we'll be going over the Dinomorphia combos. But before we do, I'll talk a little bit about the deck, about how I did yesterday with it, and potential stuff. Okay. So obviously the first thing to address in the room is deck's still good. Still good. I had no problems with it yesterday. I lost by a card. That would have made me, 4-0 last night, but yeah, you do. They have top cut, there's only like 14 people there, so kinda hard to do top cut when you only have 14. But I've been going this local since I started doing this whole business. So, Dinomorphia is still a very powerful deck. Went 3-1 with it last night, and the only deck I lost to was Unchained. I beat a Red Eyes Burn deck, which is kind of challenging playing Dinomorphia. Done that. Go game 2, face a Banished Pile deck, beat that, and then game 3 I lost to Unchained. Game 4, picked it up, won against Solid. So, all in all, deck performed well. It did everything it needed to do. Just with Unchained, it fell short, and my Ferret Flames was kind of the deal breaker. Because if I didn't activate it, it was going to get popped, and I couldn't get any lower than 2,000. So, without further ado, we will get into the deck profile, and I will explain everything. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this. There are not too many combos you can do with this deck. Deck's pretty straightforward. So, there are different instances that you can make and things that you do. I'll go over them as we go along. Just know that my stuff will be mirrored because I cannot switch my camera around. But I'm working on getting a second one. It'll take me a little bit of time. So you just have to bear with me on deck profiles and combos and everything, because gotta get that figured out, situated. But we'll get a better cam eventually. So without further ado, let's get on with the deck. Alright, so we are back. This is the deck exactly how it was from locals. I got everything set up, mirrored, right out of the deck box. I don't do like Samurai X1. I'm just gonna go ahead and explain that now. I don't do like Pack, Samurai, Justin Cotton. I don't do like them. I don't sit up 2 cards and tell you, oh, this is a 1-card combo and it really helps you win. Like, no, we're not doing that bullshit, because it's not true and they're full of shit. They only do it to get their own views. But what I will tell you is if you're coming for an actual deck profile, you've come to the right place, because I will give the deck profile, the rundown, and how the deck runs. So, even if you miss the deck profile and future videos. So, the deck is exactly how it was in the deck profile. So if you were in the deck profile or watched the video on it, if you haven't, go back and watch it. I will also do it here. So I'm taking the deck exactly how it is. I'll shuffle it up, and we'll get going. I do not fray my stats. I don't fray cards I play. I don't act like a jackass, which a lot of YouTubers do, because they're full of shit. Top 5 off rip. Okay. So our top 5 off of the rip is kinda okay. We got a lot of doubles. We got Domain, Intact, Frenzy, and Intact. So, here you just set 5. Like I said, there's not much combos to it. We will get interaction turn 2, so I'll go ahead and show you how this works. Okay, so if you've never played Dinomorphia before, or you're interested in seeing how the deck works, or bettering yourself, come to the right spot, because I will show you exactly how to do this. So, what you need to know as a trap player or like going first player, anything, your opponent has player priority. It's something you need to go ahead and get in the works. You have to wait for them to activate a card or effect to do anything. That was a rule they started implementing 3 years ago, was player priority. It was bigger in GOAT format, and they toned it down, and now it's back up again because of how fast the game is. So, on the first action your opponent does, you can activate a counter trap, which, depending on what it is, you could do. We do not control the Dinomorphia, so we can't. So I have to start with Dinomorphia Frenzy. We will start by paying half our life points. You will be doing this for everything you do. So, there's a card that you know that you like to pay half your life points for stuff. You're in the right vicinity for it. So you will send those two to make Kentragina. Do not know the effect of Frenzy. It sends one from the main deck, one from extra deck. Can't use them from field. This is the exact materials. So you use a fusion monster, or like basically 2 Dinomorphias with different names, and you can use the same materials to make Rex. Kind of cool. And then whenever Kentragina has a quick effect, we'll activate Kentragina, Banish Frenzy, and guess what? We're down to 2k. Now you can do it like this. And then what I like to do is chain domain. See what we're doing? So when you chain domain, you will have to... Okay, I don't know why OBS is trying to do stuff. I'm in the middle of recording. So when you chain domain, you will have to send 2 Dinomorphias to grave with different names, which is fine. You're just getting the 3rd Diplos out of there, which is what you want to do. Diplos is the least important Dinomorphia, and we want him out of here as fast as possible. So you can do those two. You don't need to do anything special or important. I typically just go into another Kentragina. Kind of cool, because your Frenzy you will still have to resolve. So you will actually have to send a Theresia for this one. Fine. She's just your best normal summon. We'll send a Stealthbergia, and we will make a Rex. Okay, cool. So, we've now made Rex. We are at exactly 1,000 life points. Our opponent activates a monster effect. We can negate. I think that's even lower. Now, allow me to explain why we are doing this. So, the Rex, he's got a funny little ability built in with him, where if my life points are really, really low and you summon a monster that has more attack than I do life points, your opponent cannot activate the effects of those monsters. So, even if you summon a card and it has a stipulation, like the other day, it was a Psychic End Punisher on field, and of course my life points are always going to be lower, so Psychic End Punisher would go to my life points. And that's one thing you need to know, is if you play stuff like that, like Punk or whatever deck you play, Dinomorphia can do this stuff. And this is a win con, especially when you pair it up with this. Now, you could argue that Super Poly could do a lot here. It could. You're absolutely right. But, I do have necessary stuff to keep rolling, so. And I could also, do a lot of stuff. I've only used 2 Diplos. That's funny. So draw for turn. Of course. Normal summon Diplos. The worst normal summon we got. There's a good one and a bad one, and we got the bad one. Cool. So, in this situation, you need to really pay attention to her. Because she does have a quick effect. It is a hard once, so you can't use two of them. So you could go for Dinomorphia Sonic if you're looking for a spell trap negate on the normal summon of Diplos. Most of the time the foolish they don't even care about. You could go for Brute if you want to pop stuff, which I don't know why you would really want to do that, but you know, whatever. You can go for Domain. You can go for Intact, Alert. Like, she can copy all of these effects. All she does is banish a Dinomorphia trap to copy its effect. Or normal trap, I'm sorry. So, most importantly, what you need to know is for instance, I was trying to think there for a minute. If you go Dinomorphia Frenzy and she copies the effect and you banish this card, she does not copy the ability where it will. It says during your opponent's main phase, it does not copy that effect. It just fusion summons, which is really nice. So, and like I said, in this instance, I would just send Sonic. You can activate Rex if you want. Like, it's not important. Why did I just send Sonic? I just told myself I didn't do anything. Oh god, Brute. I mean, you can go to battle. You can swing 750. I'll show you how this works. Okay, and 250, so it'd be 27. Yeah, 50. And then 3750. And then again. They just auto win basically. So that's basically all there is to it. This deck is not that hard to pilot. As I say that, you gotta be really mindful of what you do. Kind of funny. It is. It is. Kendrick Gainite is the heart and soul of this deck. And I want people to be able to learn and be able to do this correctly. So, what I said, I think I said it earlier. If I didn't, it's fine. But I want to make absolutely certain with this card, that you can only banish Dinomorphia normal traps with this card. I want to make sure that people understand this and don't think that there's some way you can cheat with it. No, you can only do normal traps in graveyard. That effect becomes, that trap's effect when this card is activated becomes that effect. So it's kind of cool. And if she gets destroyed with a battle card effect, she floats into another. But if you already knew that, cool, good, great for you. We'll do another one. I'll show you how it works. Dinomorphia can be pain in the ass, especially if you don't know how to deal with it. There were a lot of cards in here that we did not see, so that was a odd hand. That was like the one I got with Unchained playing Daunting Phobia. Like just so bad. As you can see, this we keep it running. I don't stop. I don't make cuts. What the channel's based off of, if you didn't know, is I don't like to cheat. Alright. Here's a hand that you've probably never seen. Okay. Imperm, Solemn Strike, Domain, Ash, and Sonic. So this one's cool. Alright. You can get into Rex, you can do enough damage, and you've got some plays. If you don't use the Ash Blossom and you've got a strong way to negate stuff, because you're getting a monster negate and a spell and trap negate, and you can also get another monster negate there. So you've got 3 negates lined up if you don't want to use the Ash Blossom. And I'll show you why you don't use the Ash Blossom, because we're going to do this really quick and you're going to see an FTK from hell. Alright, so what I need you all to do is pay really close attention. Keep it in hand, don't let it go. Pass turn. Your opponent makes the first action. You say, okay, yeah, we will imperm that effect. Chain 2, I will activate Domain. Pay close attention. Your opponent tries to respond with a Ash Blossom. You have one option. Solemn Strike it in that chain. That's what you're gonna do. Now, hopefully, this thing away. I don't want it to end my recording on accident. It did it the other day. I don't know why. So we'll send the 2. Now, you have to play around Super Poly. You have to. Pinchagina. Pinchagina quick effect. Half. Vanish. Dinomorphia. Domain. Pinchagina. Again. Double trap card. Cool. Great. Glad everybody's paying attention. We'll send a Diplos. And we will make Rex. Okay. Now, it's going to be hard for you to be able to play any monsters or get any effects off on field, which is very difficult to do at this point. I do have a spell and trap negate if I need to burn it. But, let's say, for instance, we do not. I draw for turn. So, all you have to do, and I should have done it during main, go ahead and burn that so my opponent's monsters are 625. And then on my main phase, do it again. So at this point, we will normal summon Ash. If no response, cool. Psychic End Punisher. Psychic End Punisher will gain 7,687. So putting him well above 12k, and sound good? Cool. Another combo you can do. You can do Psychic again. There is a card where you can't do it. That's Sonic, so that's not it. If you use... No, I didn't use it. Didn't use it? What the? Where is it? There it is. Dinomorphia alert. So, if you use this card, you will be locked. I believe, yeah, you're locked into Dinomorphia monsters. So, if you decide to use this card in your turn, you're locked into Dinomorphias. Also, the monster you special back with this card cannot attack, so also a big negative. Which doesn't make sense, because you would figure that they would give Dinomorphia a card they could actually use. I so bad want to play the counter trap, but like it's so bad. The one that specials a monster. Now, I believe it's Dinomorphia Revision. Now that card is really good, because you can banish a counter trap and copy the effect. Plus, it's a counter trap itself, so good luck stopping it. I probably need to go back to playing that thing. It's a card I would like splash into like 1 or something. Splash it in at 1, like cut something. I don't know what it would be. I obviously don't cut my fusion spells. If I'd have had it, I probably would have won. We will go stand by to main, and we have a good hand. So you actually get to see me normal something. So set this up accordingly. You do not set any cards until you set 1. You have to do it like this. If you start setting cards, your opponent is going to catch on. If the last action you do is setting a bunch of cards, your opponent is going to try to focus on the one card you set. That's a very like abrupt thing. So you're forced going second. Try this out. Let me know how it goes. So I will start. And this is exactly how I started. Fossil Day. Cool. You grab that guy. Very important. Normal. Response. Jane. Frenzy. Keep it out of the column. Number 1, most important thing you can do. Keep it out of her column. Because there's so many times where I've seen players just get lit up on that. If you start, actually, yeah, we'll do it like this. Yeah. Now, if your opponent wasn't paying attention to what you were doing, now they have to really think about what card is set where. And if you don't know my positionings, this is something you really need to take into consideration when playing this deck. Is where do I set cards? This is probably the least important card that you're gonna have, but if they start outing this card, that's fine. We've got, cards and effects. Now, if they out them, there's nothing we can really do with them. Okay, that's turn. First action. We will go imperm. We will chain frenzy. Then we'll get a chance to react. They react. Ash, you meet him with strike once again. I mean, it's just a repeating cycle, just rinse, repeat. This can also turn into an FTK if you can draw normal, draw like Diplos, Thurizia, any of them. This will FTK quick. Now, you are in super poly range, so you need to be very careful. We go quick effect. Vanish. Do it again. Like I said, get those Diploses out of there. You do not want to see them. If you draw a monster that you can normal summon, you want it to be a good one. Kendrickina. Special Rex. Oh. Activate quick effect in battle phase. 25. Go off for turn. Effect. Cool. Set alert, because you never know. We will enter battle phase. I will chain Rex. Chain 1, pay for cost. And chain 2 Ferret Flames. Any monsters over 313 must be returned to the deck. Battle, and we'll go 2K. 15. 3K. And 36 and some change. Wrong one. How do I redo? Undo. I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I will show you exactly what's in the deck and show you that it hasn't changed. It's the exact same thing. As I played the other day. Exactly the same. As you see, I'm running a lot of cards that people, you know, feel like arguably. Okay, so no longer need my phone. Cool. Great. Glad we have made this discovery. So we'll start with the extra deck because it's like the easiest one to do first. But the other one I kind of have to like lay it out and show you everything. So yeah, I can just lay it out. So we play Punisher, still on 3 Rex, 3 Kentrigina, 3 Stealth Bergia, Dual Driver, Vespinino, Chakarine, Bobor, Dolka, and like yeah. So we're still on the same deck, exactly the same. Nothing has changed as it was before. As you can see, there were no like hidden gems that I've got sitting around the corner. Like, ooh, this is how I won. No, it's exactly the same. This is exactly how it was in my deck box when I came back from locals. It's like it's the exact same deck. People are like, oh, how do you win with it? I'm like, well, you just got to be good. So that, so yeah, I'm gonna actually have to sort this out. Great. Get Ferret Flames out of my hand. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm doing it in real time, and I do not care. You're gonna see how actual people do this. And if you don't do this, you're probably not a YouTuber. I'll explain everything as we get going. Yeah, that's a card we didn't get to see. I'm sorry I couldn't show you that card. I'll explain it. I'll explain what it does, like I did in the last deck profile I did. Pretty simple. There's not a whole lot to it. So we got a frenzy. Right, which is right. Contact, third Diplos, second Ferret Flames, and double wannabes. Cool. And get this up here, and then I will show you everything. Cool. Show you that is exactly the same. Pull any punches, do anything differently. It's the exact same deck. I do have some people that do hate all my videos in the comments down below. I mean, it happens. It's what happens when you get good, unfortunately. So, like, can't really do anything about that. That's the thing that happens, so. Okay, cool. So now, I will show you exactly what is in the deck in an orderly fashion. So, pretty standard. So, you play your Dinomorphias. You max out on them because, like, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to max out on your Dinomorphias, as I've messed everything up here. Cool. Like I said, I want you to be able to see them. If they make that an ultra. You max out on them because you only get 6. Like you have to do something. So like you get a foolish and a trap setter, and that's it. Kind of play 1 misc for FTK purposes. Ash, and you have to know what card to ash in each deck to be able to do damage. And then the last monster we play is Wannabe, which is a really good card. Card's super broken. Basically, if you go first, you can activate Wannabe, pitch it during the end phase, excavate the top 5 cards. It does send for cost, so you can't steal this. That D-Shifter is live or a D-Shifter like effect. You cannot send this card to grave cost, so very interesting. Can't do that. So, that's the monster lineup. Cool. Glad you all understand. Spells, you only play 4. 3 False Dig and Called By. Like I seen somebody post in the comments that they were asking me, oh, would you consider playing pots? I did play pots at one point in time. You can go back in the deck profile and look. I played Pot of Duality, and I think Extravagance. I don't remember. I think back then I was more budget than I am now. Now I'm kind of just eyeballing. 3 domain and 3 fence. You gotta have them both because in certain situations they come up differently than, you know, other cards will. Hopefully they make Frenzy a secret rare too. I'm hoping. You play 3 intact because it's literally like the best card we got in our deck now. Like super important. And then the rest of the Dinomorphia spell traps I will go over simultaneously. So you play 2 Sonics, Spell Trap Negate, you play an Alert, and you play a Brute. Pretty easy. Pretty easy, simple, cut and dry. Like there's not much to it. Root your pop, it's important. You play 3 Solemn Judgment, 3 Infinite Impermanence, 2 Solemn Strikes, 2 Fair Flames. Again, the deck is exactly the same. I didn't change nothing. Thought I changed my side deck? Nope. You'd be wrong because I got it right here. 3 Evenly, 3 Anti-Spell, 3 Dark Ruler, double Gozen, triple Rivalry, and a Brute. It is exactly the same. I went 3-1 at locals, which puts the deck to a 18 and 6 ratio, I think is what it was. No, 18 and 5, I'm sorry. And that's like playing in the last 3 weeks. That's what I've got it to. I do play remotely, like daily almost. Some days I just don't feel like it. I work too much. But there are days like today where, you know, I just sit at the house and don't do anything, and I decide to make videos and all of the above. I will be making another deck profile on a rogue deck. I believe I'll have 2 of them within the end of the month to do. One of them is more sooner than the other one is, and the one I'm getting ready to do, which I borrowed cards from a buddy to play a rogue deck to see if I could do any good in a remote duel regional for the remote duel remote duel dueling extravaganza. Jesus Christ. And literally went. So I could turn this camera back on me. Yeah, all I gotta do is mirror myself. Hang on. I just not noticed I was talking to the freaking ground. He said it's been a long day. Cool. Cool. Glad we're back. Okay, but back to what I was saying. So I played a deck, did really, really well with it. I went 8-2 at the remote at the dueling extravaganza. There's only 10 rounds. There's no top cut. You do your 10 rounds and then you're done. That's it. And I went, I believe it was 7-3. And I did it with a very rogue deck. Not really popular right now. And if you would like to see the deck, stay around on the channel, subscribe to the channel, do things to support, me and showing, want to see these kind of deck profiles. There for a minute, I was like extremely meta. I wouldn't play nothing else but the best deck. And really, there's no point because all the rogue decks right now are just kicking the meta deck's ass. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, Dinomorphia is like leagues beyond every other deck right now. Leagues. It's just ridiculous. All I gotta do is get my life points lower and I automatically win. Like, oh my god. It's ridiculous. So to end this video, if there's anything that you need to know about the deck, let me know. There's like an interaction that you're confused with, there's a card you're confused with, let me know. If I'm trying to think of things to think about. Like I said, there's not much to combos on this because like they really don't have like big combo engine. Like, they just don't have enough to call it, I guess, combos. Like I knew I would need to do one on it. Like, I need to start doing them for all my videos. For every deck profile I put out, I need to start doing like combo guides to it. I'm doing like actual test hands and not, the combo guide. These two cards, one card starter. Yeah, we're not doing that shit. So if you have any questions about any card, about the deck, longevity of it, any decks that I currently are building or have built and I'm not showing them on the channel, like Vanadium, let me know. I'm telling you, I don't show decks that I don't have good results with. And right now, Vanadium is below 50% because I get drolled to death. And I don't want to play a deck that I get hit with droll and, oh well, hope you had fun next time. Like, I just don't want to play a deck like that, and right now, that's all it is. Like, yeah, you could combo, but you lose a lot of games. I'm not with the whole Vanadium thing yet. Obviously, I am on the deck. I have the deck built fully. I have every card you could even want for it. I have the Bish Balkan King Calamity lock in it. Like, it's the most expensive deck I've ever owned. And I literally have it at my disposal and will not play it because of how much I lose. Y'all want the stupid deck profile on that damn thing? Let me know. I'll put it out. But not a big fan right now. I like the deck, not getting rid of it, because I know it gets really good in the future, and it can play through Joel in the future. But right now, this ain't cutting it. I'm going to end the video here. If there's anything you would like to know, any segments you want me to do, of course, I need to put out a new segment today also, because I have been really bad on doing those. We're going to get back to what we used to do, like 2 years ago, if you remember. Or if you're new to the channel, don't know what I'm talking about, we used to do news segments every single day. I used to go over the meta. I used to break it down. We don't do that anymore. We just do deck profiles. Yeah, so you know, once I went to Philly, I kind of stopped doing everything. So we're gonna get back to it, and I'm gonna quit being so lazy. So yeah, I'm gonna get off here, and I'm gonna do a news segment for y'all. So without further ado, Pierce Nation out.